on my whip now. Benches and BMs now. Guys that make no sense now.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You take a look at New York, things stacking up nicely for them so far. Number one in their conference and looking formidable. And, of course, there are the Hornets. Quite a bit of space between these two.
Well, for the Knicks, I think we all knew they were going to be a dangerous team. But to their credit, they have lived up to those expectations. They're just not a team you want to face right now.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. We've got Colin Sexton. Miles Bridges is out there with Knipple. Then there's Brandon Miller. And it's Diabate in at the center position. And for the Knicks, they've got Karl Anthony Towns. Mikal Bridges is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Hart in at the 4. And one of the standout skills for Colin Sexton, that little floater in the lane.
The floater is an invaluable tool for virtually every guard in the league because when you touch the paint, generally speaking, you have bigs rotating to you. But there are a lot of things to love about Colin Sexton. This guy is so intense defensively, a tremendous competitor, and he's really trying to grow that jump shooting aspect, which will be critical.
He drops it from range.
You've got to be aware and stay attached to Mikal Bridges beyond that arc. This guy's dangerous as a shooter.
Here's Sexton. It's Bridges on the wing. He's covered by Hart. And the layup is good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
The shot by Towns, no good. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Miller on the wing. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. To the middle. Here's Diabate. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Unselfish play by Miles Bridges right there. The team wants more of that.
Here's Brunson. It's good. Brunson's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Bridges. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. Miller against Bridges. Pass to Brunson. Towns for 3. Connects from downtown.
What a great start. They've only missed one thus far.
Miller right side. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by New York. And this team is on absolute fire right now. They've won 18 in a row.
What an absolute joy to watch. This team is playing a beautiful brand of basketball right now. Everything about it. The athleticism, the basketball skill, the intelligence, the heart, the toughness, the commitment. These guys have been extraordinary.
Here's Bridges. After the basket by New York on the other end. The 3 from Sexton. And he buries his first look. And now about a third of the way into the season. You think it's too early to talk about awards, Grant?
You know, B.A., it depends on the award, if I'm being honest. MVP and Rookie of the Year, that's way too early. You can begin to see the guys who are in the running for Most Improved or Sixth Man.
Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for New York. Shamet comes in for Mikal Bridges. Charlotte also making some changes. Williams comes in for Diabate. Salon comes in for Bridges.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Now here's Miller. Against Brooklyn, he was really on his game. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
And the basket by Shannon.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
With the step back, right at the free throw line, and another basket for Charlotte.
Boy, Sexton's speed allows him to get to the cup quite often. That time he settles for the mid-range.
And with new ownership and a new front office, some hope that the Hornets can get going, Doris.
Well, they need to, BA, because it has been a long, slow history of a lack of success, and that can really wear out a fan base. Here's what we know. In the modern NBA, you have to begin with great ownership, and then your front office has to make really smart decisions. Draft well, make key trades, acquisition of key veterans, and then your coaching staff has got to buy in. So much goes into this.
A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Hard inside. Knocked loose. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. So for the Knicks, Yabusele, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Bridges comes in for Hart. And it's Jose Alvarado in for Brunson. Shamet passes to Alvarado. Three-pointer, Bridges. Count it. All three of his attempts have gone in.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Bridges with it, and it's Robinson picking him up. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Green from the arc. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You have to respect what Josh Green has turned himself into, and that's a legit three-point threat.
Here's Alvarado. Here's Shamet. And the Knicks, another three.
A guy like this, with the skill set he's got, you can keep the defenders guessing.
Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Knicks leading by 9. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
We've got Mikal Bridges. He's out there with Jose Alvarado. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Landry Shamet. And it's Diawara in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here's Bridges. After New York picked up the 3 with their last shot. To the inside. Salon. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Well, boy, Miles Bridges showing you that he's not just a scorer. How about that pass and setup?
Knicks leading by 10. Bridges outside. The 3-ball. And again, New York with the triple.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Doris, when you think about the career of Mikal Bridges, how impressive has his development been?
I certainly think he's been a better player than people expected when he came out of college. What we know about Mikal Bridges is he's cross-positional defensively. He's made a number of big-time defensive plays in his defensive career. And offensively, he's proven more than just a three-point shooter. That fadeaway jump shot game is real.
And the basket by Bridges.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Well, the painted area is really where Mitchell Robinson thrives, Doris.
B.A., he might be the best offensive rebounder in the game, and his ability to do that helps teams win on the margins. He's also a menace on the defensive end, a massive presence at the rim.
First half of December, a look at the most recent power rankings. Hey, some intriguing stories. You look at the Clippers, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
I think for New York, they've been on a roll, victorious in their last 5 outings, really showing up their #1 seed status.
Here's Green. Pass to man. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Knicks leading by 15. Three-pointer, Bridges. And again, New York with the triple.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
On the wing man, Alvarado defending. Will it go? It's hauled in by Robinson.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The NBA understands its future is electronic. Commissioner Adam Silver said the vast majority of people consume us through media, not in person. Our social media audience is the highest of any league and continuing to grow exponentially. So there's no lack of interest in this game. Back to you guys.
It's a beautiful thing. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Towns, he's checked in for New York. Jalen Brunson comes in for Alvarado. Charlotte also making some changes. Knipples checked in for Green. Miller comes in for James. And it's Colin Sexton in for Man.
Well, speed is such an important weapon for Colin Sexton, and he gets to the mid-range game. Nice.
So it's the Knicks now. After the basket by Charlotte. And Anunoby gets it to go.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Count the basket. Knipples got this first bucket of the night.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Out to Bridges. Takes a three. And the Knicks, another three.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Sexton. And stolen by Brunson. Fast break, New York. For 3, Bridges. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. 24 points from Mikal Bridges. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, a debate is brewing. While the NBA has pushed back against load management, saying it's an 82-game league, prominent voices on the team side countering that. With much more movement on every possession, modern play style places novel demands on players' bodies.
A serious challenge. Okay, Shams, thanks for that report. Diabate's checked in for Bridges. Here's Salon. He buries it from 3. Salon, he's got 5 now.
Well, that's an example of using both vision and playmaking ability to find the open teammates. Sexton is a quality floor general.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Knippel. Back to Sexton. Let's go with a 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And they won that last game between these teams easily, posting a scorching hot field goal percentage.
Josh Hart's checked in for Robinson. James is checked in for Charlotte. The Hornets have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Pass to Diabate. Hits the trifecta. 7 points in the game.
They're making a few more threes this quarter, trying to cut into that deficit.
Here's Brunson. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Pass to Knippel. James outside. That 3's off the mark. Bridges down low, guarded by Miller. Now here's Towns. It's Hart on the wing. Just 3 on the clock. Misses the layup. Mikal Bridges has been on display for the Knicks. He was dominant this quarter, scoring in bunches. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the New York Knicks.
Obviously, they've been locked in from range. Your confidence grows as each shot goes in. It becomes contagious.
Yeah, in the second half, though, they got to mix it up a little more because those who live by the three, you know the rest.
All right, guys, let's move on and see the latest injury report from across the league.
Well, they lose Anthony Edwards, so it's not just the point they'll miss, it's the spark he brings.
And we wish Edwards our best getting back to the floor. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Boy, you look at Mikal Bridges. What a contribution.
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. It's just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And here's New York now. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be the second game of 4 straight at home. On the court for the Hornets, Brandon Miller is out there with Colin Sexton. Then it's Miles Bridges. Then it's Knipple. And it's Diabate in at the 5, down low. They get the rebound. Bridges outside. Towns with a rebound.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Well, we know he can shoot it, Doris, but Karl Anthony Towns is most effective when he's also working in the paint.
B.A., he has such an effective arsenal offensively that he's most effective when he's getting to each of those aspects. So, you have back-to-the-basket skills, no doubt. If there's a mismatch, go at the mismatch. But he is also so effective as a driver. Straight line, with intent, and efficient off the bounce. He can also hit a mid-range. There is nothing he can't do on the offensive end.
And Hart throws it down.
Josh Hart hammering it down. That's a message right there.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Miller outside. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. Bridges outside. From the arc. Fires in the triple. Bridges has got 5.
Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Here's Brunson. He's got 12. Fires for 3. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Boy, whenever this team has needed a bucket, Jalen Brunson has been there right now in complete command of this ball game.
Pass to Bridges. And the foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. Well, one thing fans always have opinions about is NBA officiating.
Listen, I'm going to let the fans go crazy. What I recognize is officiating is one of the toughest jobs in the world. This game moves so quickly. They are making decisions in real time at sometimes very difficult angles. I am here to support the officials all the way. Boy, as strong as he's been, they're going to need him to continue shouldering the load to try to break through.
Brunson with the bucket. Brunson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Pass to Bridges. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Hart finds Towns. Now Bridges. Here's Brunson outside. That's no good. Now he's 7 for 9. Sexton with it. And Bridges picks him up defensively. That one goes in. Knipple's got 5 now.
And a nice play by Knipple. He knows where to get his points.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Here's Brunson. Got a piece of it. And they'll keep possession. And we're going to have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And they recover it. Bridges outside. Pass to Brunson. Beyond the arc. He's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Now a timeout called by Charlotte. And you look at Colin Sexton. Puts points on the board, Grant, and does it efficiently.
Well, B.A., unfortunately, he gives some of that back on the other end of the floor. But there's always a place in this league for guys who can fill it up.
And the Knicks making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Charlotte also making some changes. Salon, he's checked in for Diabate. James comes in for Bridges. And it's Mann in for Sexton. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Outside man, pass to Knippel, takes the 3, nails it from beyond the arc. Knippel's got 8.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
Chalk up 2 there.
Karl Anthony Towns, who mixed his spots as a scorer, that time doing work inside.
70-45.
Outside man. Buries it from 3.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Offensive rebound. And the shot goes down.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
72-48.
Outside man. Up top, Miller. Fires the 3. And it's New York with a rebound. 27 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Brunson. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. 22 points for Jalen Brunson.
Folks, look out, because Jalen Brunson has caught his rhythm on the offensive end, and that typically means a long night for your opponent.
Towns down low. And it's powered home by Towns.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. And so it's the New York Knicks firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Jose Alvarado is out there with Jordan Clarkson. And then it's Landry Shamet. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Forty in at the 4 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Yeah, just catching your teammate in stride right there. That makes the game easy.
50.
The Hornets' shooting has been excellent so far, around 56%. Pass to Salah from outside the arc. Knocks down the triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson understands how to position himself and turn the lights out. Makes that easy.
And here's Charlotte now. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. That game will conclude the 3-game road trip they're currently on. Yabusele, he's checked in for New York. And a change for the Hornets. Knippel's checked in for Green. Now here's Mann. Here's Salon. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Yeah, in football, they talk about passing to the spot and letting your teammate go get it. That's exactly what happened.
Yabusele can't hit. For Charlotte, they've gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's Bridges. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Here's Mann after the basket by New York. Up top, Bridges. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Bridges has gotten 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you, no secret that Miles Bridges at his best when finishing at the cup.
And it's Clarkson missing. The Hornets have gotten off to a perfect 5 for 5 so far in the fourth. Here's Mann. Three-pointer off the mark. New York leading by 23. On the wing, Clarkson. He gets it in there.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pass to Knippel. That one drops for him.
Assisted by Trey Mann.
And Grant, many of the newer rules have helped unlock offenses. Any need to help out the defense?
You know, I think the rules are fine, B.A. It's just about allowing defenders to do their job and limiting the cheap foul calls so they can stay on the floor.
The Hornets have gotten almost all of their shots to fall in the fourth. 6 of 7. Pass to Bridges. No good on the triple.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Launches it. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Back to Robinson. Pass to Shaman. Here's Yabusele. Clarkson for 3. It's rebounded by Salon.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Knicks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And reaching a nice milestone, an even 20 wins on the year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Mikal Bridges.
So highly effective on the offensive end. At times, this guy just scoring at will.
Now here's Mann. Three-pointer, Bridges. Doesn't go that time.
I mean, apparently he still has the green light to shoot threes, but he is in an absolute funk right now.
Shaman. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Here's Knippel. Six on the shot clock. They grab their own miss. This one for 3. Alvarado with a rebound. Clarkson outside. Goes up on the baseline. The shot no good. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really shows what it's capable of.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Mikal Bridges.
jello, light skin, yellow, iced out, hello, I'm the king of New York.